Morning. Today's topic, properties of alpha amino acids. First, physical properties. Alpha amino acids are colorless crystalline solids because in the alpha amino acids, due to the presence of basic nature amino group and acidic nature carboxylic group, it is obtained in the form of crystalline solids. Second one, it is soluble in water, acids and bases, but sparingly soluble in non-polar organic solvents. Third one, alpha amino acids are having high boiling and melting points. Fourth one, it is the important one, it forms Zwitter ion. Zwitter ion means the two different oppositely charged ions present in the single molecule is called Zwitter ion. In the alpha amino acid, due to the proton donating nature of carboxylic group and proton accepting nature of amino group, here transfer of proton from carboxylic group to amino group takes place simultaneously. It forms Zwitter ion, that is RCHNH3 plus COO minus. Here the Zwitter ion having amphoteric character, that is in acid solution amphoteric character means it can exhibit the both acidic as well as basic properties. Here in acidic solution an amino acid behaves as a cation and migrates towards cathode, while in alkaline solution it behaves as an anion and hence migrates towards anode. That is Zwitter ion is RCHNH3 plus COO minus. It behaves in acid. In acid solution, an amino acid behaves as an cation and migrates towards cathode. That is, while addition of proton to the Zwitter ion, the acidic nature carboxylate ion is neutralized to give cation RCHNH3 plus COOH. This cation migrates to cathode. While in alkaline solution, it behaves as anion. Means by the addition of alkali to the Zwitter ion, the basic nature ammonium group neutralized to give anion RCHNH2COO minus and hence migrates towards the anode. The amphoteric character of the amino acids explain the Zwitter ion structure of the amino acid. In acid solution, it behavior as a positive ion and migrates to cathode. And basic solution behaves like a negative ion and migrates towards the anode. Next, fifth one, it is also important one, isoelectric point. Here, isoelectric point means the pH of amino acid solution at which the amino acid does not migrate to any electrode under electric current is called isoelectric point. Once again, the pH of amino acid solution at which the amino acid does not migrate to any electrode under electric current is called isoelectric point. Simply we can say that at particular pH, the amino acid doesn't exhibit the conductivity nature. Means it doesn't undergo electrolysis. That pH is called isoelectric point. Here, deuterium by the addition of acid, then the acidic nature carboxylic group neutralizes. Similarly, by the addition of alkali to the deuterium, the basic nature amino group under neutralization. Here, in addition of that is the same thing can be expressed with equations, that is RCH NH3 plus COO minus. Addition of proton, it gives RCH NH3 plus COOH. Similarly, by the addition of alkali to the deuterium, the basic nature amino group neutralizes RCHNH2COO minus. Here, in addition of acid to an amino acid, it converted into a cation. While the addition of a base, it converted into anion. Hence, it is expected that at a definite pH value, the acidic and basic properties of amino acid must be balanced, and hence the amino acid at this particular pH value should exist as a neutral dipolar ion, that is electrically neutral Zwitter ion. Once again, in addition of acid to the amino acid, it is converted into cation, while the addition of alkali to the Zwitter ion, it is converted to the anion. Hence, it is expected that at a definite pH value, the acidic and basic properties of amino acid must be balanced, and hence the amino acid at this particular pH value should exist neutral dipolar ion, that is electrically neutral Zwitter ion. This pH is called isoelectric point. Here the isoelectric points of specific alpha amino acids are glycine 6.1 isoelectric point, alanine is 6.0, serine 5.7, aspartic acid 2.8, lysine 9.7. In a solution with pH less than ionization energy of protein or amino acid exists as a cation in a soluble in a solution with pH greater than IEP of amino acid, that is isoelectric point of amino acid exists as anion. The important points are all the amino acids do not have same isoelectric points, and it is rare to have isoelectric point equal to 7. 7 means neutral. The pH of the isoelectric point depends upon the strength of the amino and carboxylic groups. Third point, at isoelectric point, the solubility of amino acid in water is minimum due to the non-polaric character. Fourth point, the amino acids at pH value lower than that of its isoelectric point exist as anion, while at pH value higher than that of the isoelectric point exist as cation. This is applied in the separation of mixture of amino acids. With this, the physical properties of amino acids completed. Next, chemical properties. Here, the chemical properties of amino acids are subdivided into three categories. One is because in the alpha amino acids, due to the presence of basic nature amino group, acidic nature carboxylic group, then its chemical properties are classified into three types. First type is the chemical properties of basic nature amino group. Second one, chemical properties of acidic nature carboxylic group. Third one, chemical properties of amino and carboxylic group. Here in the first category, that is amino acids react with acids and bases to form salts. Hence, amino acids are amphoteric in nature. That is, the deuterion or CH NH3 plus COO minus, when it reacts with the acid, the acidic nature carboxylic group is neutralized to form cation or CHNH3 plus COOH, Cl minus. Similarly, when it reacts with the alkali, the basic nature amino group is neutralized, that is RCHNH2 COO minus Na plus plus H2O. Therefore, here the chemical properties of subdivide into three categories. First one, reactions due to the basic nature amino group. In that first one, action with mineral acid. That is, mineral amino acids form salt on treatment with mineral acid. That is RCHNH2 COOH plus HCl. Then it gives rise to RCHNH3 plus Cl minus COOH. It is the salt. Next, alkylation. Amino acids in alkaline solution react with alkyl halides to form N-alkyl substituted amino acids. Once again, amino acids in alkaline solution means in the basic solution or in the basic media react with alkyl halide to form N-alkyl substituted amino acids. That is, here RCHNH2 COOH plus alkyl halide in the presence of alkaline media, it gives RNH CH or COOH. Then which again treatment with the excess of alkyl halide, it gives NN dialkyl RN or CH or COOH. It is the alkylation. Means here in the amino group, two hydrogens are replaced by the alkyl group. It gives first N-alkyl alpha amino acids and NN dialkyl alpha amino acids. Third one is acylation. The amino group of the amino acid can be acetylated with acid halides or acidic acid anhydrides, form N-acyl amino acids. That is here RCHNH2 COOH plus RCOCl. It gives RCONH CHR COOH. Again treatment with X of acid chloride to give N-diacyl or C double bond O N C double bond O or NCH or COOH. It is the diacyl derivative of alpha amino acid. Next, reaction with nitrous acid. Generally, alpha amino acids react with nitrous acid to give alpha hydroxy acids with the liberation of nitrogen. That is, alpha amino acids react with nitrous acid to give alpha hydroxy acids and nitrogen. Here, that is RCHNH2 COOH plus HNO2. It gives RCHOH COOH plus N2 plus H2O. Next, reaction with nitrosyl chloride. Here, amino acids react with nitrosyl chloride halide to form the corresponding halogen acid. That is RCHNH2COOH plus NOCl. It gives RCHCl COOH plus N2 plus H2O. That is, amino acids react with nitrosyl halide to form the corresponding halogen acid. Next, reaction with Sanger's reagent. Here the Sanger's reagent is 2,4-dinitrofluorobenzene is called Sanger's reagent. 2,4, that is 2,4-dinitro. 2,4-dinitrofluorobenzene is called Sanger's reagent. Here Sanger's reagent react with the alpha amino acid, pre-amino group of the amino acid. This reaction is very important in the determination of protein and peptides. That is, it gives the RCHNH2COOH plus Sanger's reagent is 2,4-dinitrofluorobenzene. With the removal of HF, it gives, that is, the phenyl group 2,4-dinitro, that is alpha amino the carboxylic acid. Next, reactions due to the carboxylic group, second type. Here in this first reaction with bases, amino acids react with bases to form the corresponding salts. Hence RCHNH2COOH plus NaOH, it gives RCHNH2COO minus Na plus H2O. Next, esterification. Here in the esterification, carboxylic group of amino acid react with an alcohol in the presence of mineral acid to form an ester. It is a general reaction. Carboxylic group of amino acids react with an alcohol in the presence of mineral acid to form an ester. That is RCHNH2COOH plus alcohol R-OH in the presence of mineral acid to give ester RCHNH2COO R- plus H2O. Next, third one is formation of an acid chlorides. Formation of acid chlorides. The amino group of amino acid is first reacted with acetyl chloride and then this is treated with PCl3 or PCl5 to form acid chloride. Once again, the amino group of amino acid is first reacted with acetyl chloride and then this is treated with either phosphorus trichloride or phosphorus pentachloride to form acid chloride. That is RCHNH2COOH upon treatment with acetyl chloride. Just here in the amino group, one of the hydrogen is replaced by the acyl group. It gives RCHNHC double bond OCH3. It combines with either PCl3 or PCl5. Then in the carboxylic group, OH is replaced by the chlorine atom. It gives acid chloride RCHNH2COCl. That is, next reaction with ammonia. Here amino acids react with ammonia to form alpha amino amides. That is RCHNH2COOH plus NH3. It gives RCHNH2COO minus NH4. Upon heating, loss of water to give alpha amino amides RCHNH2CONH2. Next, decarboxylation. Decarboxylation means removal of carbon dioxide. Here on heating with barium hydroxide solution, amino acids lose carbon dioxide to form primary amines. On heating with barium hydroxide solution, amino acids lose carbon dioxide to form primary amines, that is glycine CH2NH2COOH plus barium hydroxide upon heating loses carbon dioxide to give methylamine CH3NH2 plus barium carbonate plus water. Next, reduction. Generally, amino acids undergo reduction with lithium aluminum hydride to form amino alcohols. Means that is acid group reduced to primary alcohol. That is alpha amino acid, that is glycine NH2CH2COOH undergo reduction in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride to give, that is alpha amino ethyl alcohol, that is NH2CH2CH2OH plus water. It is the reduction reaction. Next, third type is reactions due to the basic nature amino and acidic nature carboxylic group. That is, only one reaction is heating, action of heat. Here in the action of heat, first alpha amino acids on heating form a cyclic diamide, also called diketopiperazine. Once again, alpha amino acids on heating forms a cyclic diamide. It is also called diketopiperazine. For example, glycine CH2NH2COOH. Second mole of glycine CH2NH2COOH. Just here removal of water. Here removal of water to form 2,5-diketopiperazine is CH2NH C double bond O CH2NH C double bond O. It is called cyclic ketones 2,5-diketopiperazine. Next, second one, beta amino acids on heating form alpha beta unsaturated acids by elimination of ammonia. Beta amino acids on heating forms alpha beta unsaturated acids by elimination of ammonia. That is RCHNH2 CH2COOH. Upon heating, loss of ammonia, it gives RCH double bond CHCOOH. It is called alpha beta unsaturated acid. Similarly, gamma and delta amino acids on heating forms cyclic amides, lactams. Gamma and delta amino acids on heating form cyclic amides, that is called lactams, that is CH2NH2 CH2CH2COOH. It is gamma amino acid upon heating. It gives gamma lactams, that is CH2 CH2CONH CH2 CH2. It is gamma lactam. Similarly, delta amino acid is NH2 CH2 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 COOH. Upon heating, it gives delta lactams, is CH2 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 CONH CH2. It is delta lactams, means only alpha amino acids on heating form cyclic diamides. Cyclic diamides or cyclic ketones are also called diketopiperazine. Similarly, beta amino acids upon heating, it forms alpha beta unsaturated carboxylic acids by the elimination of ammonia. And gamma and delta amino acids upon heating to form cyclic amides, that is gamma lactams as well as delta lactams. With this, that is the chemical properties of alpha amino acids completed. Next, peptides. Here peptide bond means amide linkage. Here in the peptide bond, the interaction of amino group of one amino acid molecule with a carboxylic acid group of another amino acid molecule result in the formation of amide linkage. This amide linkage is called peptide bond or peptide linkage. A number of amino acid units are joined with each other through C double bond ONH linkage known as peptide linkages. The linkage C double bond ONH which combines the amino acid units in peptide molecule is known as peptide bond or peptide linkages. Once again, the interaction of amino group of one amino acid molecule with carboxylic acid group of another amino acid molecule result in the formation of an amide linkage. This amide linkage is called peptide bond linkage. A number of amino acid units are joined with each other through C double bond ONH linkages known as peptide linkages. The linkage C double bond ONH which combines the amino acid units in peptide molecule is known as peptide bond or peptide linkages. Here the classification of peptides. Peptides are classified as dipeptides, tripeptides, tetrapeptides, etc. First here dipeptides. Here peptide bond is formed between two alpha amino acids. It is called dipeptide. Peptide bond is formed between two alpha amino acids are called dipeptides. Example, that is RCHNH2COOH plus RCHNH2COOH. Just here remole of acid to form peptide linkage is RCHNH2 C double bond ONH CHRCOOH. It is called peptide linkage. It is called dipeptide. Similarly, tripeptide means peptide bond is formed between the three alpha amino acids. It is called tripeptide. For example, here it is dipeptide combines with the another alpha amino acid. Here again remole of acid to give it is tripeptide. Here it is tripeptide is RCHNH2 C double bond ONH CHR C double bond ONH CHR COOH. It is the one peptide linkage. It is another peptide. If two alpha amino acids upon heating, it loses water molecule to form dipeptide. In the dipeptide, only one peptide bond is formed between the carboxylic, the acidic nature carboxylic group of one alpha amino acid with the basic nature amino group of another amino acid, that is C double bond O NH, that is peptide linkage, peptide bond. In the tripeptide, there are two peptide bonds are formed because the tripeptide means peptide bond is formed between the three alpha amino acids. It is called tripeptide. In the tripeptide, two peptide bonds are formed. Next, polypeptides. Here, polypeptides means peptide bond is formed from number of molecules of alpha amino acids. It is called polypeptide. Polypeptides means peptide bond is formed from number of molecules of alpha amino acids. It is called polypeptide. Example, RCHNH2 C double bond O NHCHR C double bond O NHCHR COOH plus alpha amino acid is RCHNH2 COOH. It forms polypeptide. Is RCHNH2 C double bond O NH. It is peptide bond. Next, NHCHR C double bond O single bond NH. It is second peptide bond. Next, CHR C double bond O single bond NH. It is the third peptide bond. Similarly, it linkage with different number of alpha amino acids through peptide linkages. Next, nomenclature of peptides. Here, peptides are named by listing the amino acids present in the order. Peptides are named by listing the amino acids present in the order of their occurrence, starting from the N-terminal amino acids. The typical amino acid suffix INE is replaced by the suffixal for all amino acids except the C-terminal acid. Example, peptide synthesis. Synthesis of glycylalanine. Glycylalanine. Any two amino acids on direct reaction combination give two different dipeptides. Example, glycine on reacting with alanine forms two different peptides called glyala and ala-gly. Example, that is NH2 glycine is alpha amino acetic acid is NH2CH2COOH plus alanine is alpha amino propanoic acid CH3CHNH2COOH. Just a removal of water, it forms glycylalanine or glyalanine is NH2CH2 C double bond O NH CH3COOH. It is called one peptide bond. Plus NH2 CH3 C double bond O NHCH2 COOH. It is called alanyl glycine, ala-gly. But to prepare glycylalanine, the following steps are to be followed. First, glycine on reacting with benzyl chloroformate. Benzyl chloroformate amino group is protected and followed by reaction with thionyl chloride forms acid chloride. That is NH2CH2COOH plus benzyl chloroformate is PHCH2OCOCl. Then it gives rise to PHCH2OCO NHCH2COOH, which upon treatment with thionyl chloride, this in the acid group, OH is replaced by the chlorine to form acid chloride. That is PHCH2O C double bond O NHCH2 C double bond O Cl. Means in this reaction, in the carboxylic group, OH group is replaced by the chlorine atom to form acid chloride. The above acid chloride on reacting with alanine followed reduction with hydrogen in the presence of nickel form the dipeptide of glycylalanine. That is PHCH2O C double bond O NHCH2 C double bond O Cl plus alanine CH3CHNH2 COOH. Here just removal of HCl. It gives PHCH2O CO NHCH2 CO NH CH3 COOH. It undergo reduction to give, that is NH2 CH2 C double bond O NH CH3 COOH. It is called glycylalanine or glyalanine. Next, nomenclature of peptides. In peptides, the amino acid part which contain free NH2 group is called as N-terminal acid. In peptides, the amino acid part which contain free NH2 group is called as N-terminal acid, and the amino acid part which contain terminal COOH group is called C-terminal acid. In peptides, the N-terminal acid is always written on the left hand side and the C-terminal acid written on the right hand side of the polypeptide chain. N-terminal acid is always written on the left side and C-terminal acids always written on the right side of the polypeptide chain. Here, determination of structure of peptides is to determine the structure of a peptide, its complete hydrolysis is carried out. The peptide is reflexed with dilute hydrochloric acid to that peptide linkage are broken. Analysis of the resulting solution gives us the kind and the amounts of amino acids present in the peptide. Once again, to determine the structure of a peptide, its complete hydrolysis is carried out. The peptide is reflexed with the dilute hydrochloric acid so that the peptide linkages are broken. Analysis of the resulting solution gives us the kind and the amounts of amino acids present in the peptide. Here the structure of proteins have high molecular mass and complex structure. Hence the structure of proteins are divided into 4 types. One is the primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure, and quaternary structure. Here first primary structure. Here in the primary structure, protein structure is complex. Protein structure is complex. A protein structure is made of 3 steps. The sequence of amino acid in a protein indicates its primary structure. The amino acids are arranged in regular sequence which repeat itself. Once again, protein structure is complex. A protein structure is made of 3 steps. The sequence of amino acids in a protein indicates its primary structure. The amino acids are arranged in regular sequence which repeats itself. That is RCH NH, C double bond O NH, CH or C double bond O NH, CH or C double bond O bond. It is the primary structure of the protein. Next, secondary structure. The secondary structure of protein shows then how polypeptide chains are arranged in space with respect to each other. Secondary structure of protein show how polypeptide chains are arranged in space with reference to each other. Secondary structure is again 2 types. One is the alpha helix structure, beta pleated structure. First, alpha helix structure. Polypeptide chain is arranged in a spiral structure is called alpha helix structure. Polypeptide chain is arranged in a spiral structure is called alpha helix structure. This coiling or spiral structure of polypeptide chain is formed by intramolecular hydrogen bonding between NH group and CO group of the same chain. That is 3 to 6 amino acid residues present for turn of the helix. It is the intermolecular hydrogen bond. That is hydrogen bond present in the NH group and C double bond O group of the same chain. It is alpha helix structure. Next, beta pleated structure. This is formed by the side-by-side arrangement of polypeptide chain which are stabilized by intermolecular hydrogen bonding between NH group of one chain and C double bond O group of another chain. Once again, this is formed by the side-by-side arrangement of polypeptide chains, which are stabilized by intermolecular hydrogen bonding between NH group of one chain and C double bond O group of other chain. It is hydrogen bonds in secondary structure. Next, that is NH group of one chain with C double bond O group of another chain. Next, third one is tertiary structure. This is the three-dimensional shape of a protein. Arises from further folding of a polypeptide chain to give a complex structure. The tertiary structure is, this is the three-dimensional shape of protein arises from further folding of a polypeptide chain to give a complex structure. It is the tertiary structure of protein. Finally, it is the last one, quaternary structure. Complex proteins are formed from two or more amino acid chains rather than a single amino acid chain. Each chain is complete protein with a characteristic primary, secondary and tertiary structures. The quaternary structure indicates the way in which the amino acid chains of a complex proteins are associated with each other. Once again, complex proteins are formed from two or more amino acid chains rather than a single amino acid chain. Each chain is complete proteins with a characteristic primary, secondary and tertiary structures. The quaternary structures indicates the way in which the amino acid chains of a complex protein are associated with each other. That is about the quaternary structure of peptides. With this, alpha amino acids completed. Thank you.